Now, I was debating whether to bring out the tinfoil hat on this video, but the evidence is there. This is not wild theories. Well, there's a bit of wild theories. Well, most of it is wild theories, but it's not foil theory time just yet. This is all taken from the brand new Angron novel, The Red Angel. So if you're currently reading that book, if you don't want to be spoiled, as I always say, this is your first and only spoiler warning. Please leave now. Okay. Now that the Xenos have left, let's get into the juicy stuff. So in this new Angron novel, there is a certain passage which really gets my plums juggling. And for me, I'm taking this as references to Primarchs and a future plot point. What we get to, well, what we tend to get in these books and the other like rule books and stuff, they start hinting at certain things. Angron was hinted all the way back. Fulgrim's been hinted, and as I've been saying for so long now, I think Fulgrim's going to be coming back in 10th edition, and in this passage as well. I think there is another little hint at Fulgrim, but also another loyalist Primarch and another character which hates Fulgrim and the Imperium, technically. So let's jump in and let's go through it. Now, as I always say, just to give you some context of what we're going to be talking about, I want to set the scene. So there's a certain Grey Knight character in this book, and he's using his Grey Knight Psyker abilities, and he is reading astropathic messages. He's trying to breach his way into the warp and read some distress calls and stuff, all on the other side of the Great Rift. And we get this passage. I'm going to be putting it in the background right now so you can read along with me. With both hands braced to the marble door frame that his mind had constructed to give this realm order, he bent his head to the clamour as if a howling gale and strained to listen. Now, these are the actual like words and messages that he's actually connecting to now, all in like italics. A witch sings on phoenix wings. A prince of spiders spins a web for a priest of ravens. The worms crawl beneath my skin. My skin is dying, but it flourishes with new life. Help us, help us, help us. Now, you're probably thinking, I have gone mad. I actually do need my tinfoil for this next part of the video. I don't know where it is. I'm sorry. This is a foil-free zone at this moment in time. So if we look at that quote again and we go over some of the things, these are the connections that I'm trying to make. So a witch sings on phoenix wings. I'm putting that to the Fulgrim reference. Fulgrim, using his sorcery, he's singing the songs of Slaanesh, they're all into music and that type of weird stuff. We do know that Fulgrim is out and about now in the in the northern parts of the Imperium. He's actually just doing things. Abaddon is absolutely pissed on what Fulgrim is doing, and he wants to, teach him a lesson and stuff like that. That was confirmed in the first arcs of Omen book. So I think that potentially we are getting the kind of foundation to Fulgrim's return in some type of way. As I've stated so many bloody times, I stated at the start of this video, hopefully I did, maybe I didn't, did I? I'm not too sure. I definitely think the Emperor's Children are going to be getting a range refresh when it comes to the next edition. If you look at every edition from 7th edition, they've brought a Primarch back. 7th was Magnus, 8th was Mortarion and Guilliman, 9th was Angron, and the Lion. It will happen, just you watch this space. And 10th will be Fulgrim. I guarantee that. It's just a business model as well. When you look at it, they've already brought back, Zinch. They brought back Nurgle, Khorne. It's just Slaanesh who is waiting to be brought back and given, that range refresh when it comes to marine characters. So again, I think that is whispering at that. But the next bit now is when it really gets interesting. The Prince of Spiders spins a web for a priest of ravens. Now, the way I'm interpreting that is the spider. Who is the spider? No, it's not Lawrence from Tabletop Tactics, right? It's not him. It could be him. He may be in the lore. That, my friends, is Fabius Bile. He is known as the Spider. And Bile is one of these characters that hates both the Imperium and chaos. It's kind of like the enemy of my enemy is my friend. He hates what the Emperor's Children has become. He hates Fulgrim. He just hates everything. This is why he went away and made his new type of race. I think they were called the New Men, and they're absolutely badasses. I was hoping that Games Workshop happily did a range just for them. Now, what is that then? The Priest of Ravens. I personally think, again, that could be a hint to Corax. We know that Corax is alive. We know that Corax is currently in the warp. He's embraced like his chaos side, but he's not like evil or bad or anything. He's just using the chaos powers that made him to hunt and track down the enemies that brought utter annihilation on him and his legion and, you know, the Imperium. Let's say the last time we saw him, he was hunting Lorgar, and Lorgar was so scared that he like teleported away and he started like his 10,000 years of meditation. Now, what if like the whispers of the warp, not rumors, have actually got back to Fabius Bile, and Fabius Bile is so interested at like what the Corax can do because he's not giving himself over to the powers, so he's kind of setting a trap to maybe lure Corax into, trap him, and then as Bile does, operate on him, cut him open, do all type of tests to harbour what the special ability is and use it to his benefits. Now, I just want to say that, yes, I am insane, I get it, but also there's other people insane, because they've been sending me this passage of text saying, Valrak, what do you think? Is this Primarchs and stuff like that? I've actually finished the Angron book, and I completely missed this reference, so thank you to the people who've sent it me on Facebook, and also to the people who've sent me over on Discord. I really do appreciate that. Again, you can take this however you want. Do you think it's a hint to Fabius Bile, Fulgrim, Corax? I think those three big characters are huge characters in the lore. Of course, Primarchs are huge characters, but Bile is also a huge character. I was very, very sad when, was it Josh Reynolds, who was writing the Fulgrim stuff, decided to leave Black Library, not write for them anymore. I don't know why he did that. Maybe it's just personal reasons. I'm not getting into that, right? But he really wrote one of the greatest series for a Chaos character. If you haven't read it yet, go and check them out. There's some fantastic books. It's a trilogy of books. There's a lot of awesome stuff that happens in there. And I'm hoping now we actually get to see more of that character, which he brought to life, and get more stories, because it really was an awesome thing that he was doing with that character. If it does turn out that maybe this is Fabius Bile creating traps for certain Primarchs, then, you know, boy oh boy, that could be a really amazing storyline going forward. And of course, that means potentially more loyalists coming back, which we've been talking about now with, you know, the Russ, the Tree of Life, Corax. Bring them all back, I say. Bring every last one of them back. I know a lot of people don't like that, but for me, I love Primarchs. I love the setting that we're getting at the moment, and I just want more like these iconic heroes coming back and absolutely punching each other in the face. Anyway, that is enough waffling from me, as always. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. If you've got any thoughts, feedback, anything like that, am I insane? Are you insane? Do you believe me? Are you against me? Where do you stand? Or, you know, do I just need to keep putting the foil on 24 hours a day now? I need to sleep in the foil. Anyway, have a nice day. See ya, and bye-bye.